Alright, welcome to another video. My name is Dr. Jude Ejepo, and in this video I'm going to show you the workflow of how you are going to clip a set of Landsat scenes, reproject them, and finally mosaic them. The first two processes, that is clipping and reprojecting, these Landsat scenes will be done using QGIS, while the final process of mosaicing them will be done using ENVI software. An initial stage I tried using the mosaicing function in QGIS. It didn't just work fine. It didn't give me the best results. ENVI actually gave me the better results, and that's why we're using ENVI to do this. So the first step is we have to load this data set, although it is not necessary, but it's necessary for us to show some things that I need to show you here. So all you need to go is to go to the directory where you have the scenes that you want to use. These scenes are actually scenes that have been atmospherically corrected using the dark object subtraction with the SCP tool here. So we are going ahead to do the clipping of these Landsat scenes. We have 9 of them, so all you have to do is to click on the first one, hold down the shift key, click on the last one, and just drop it in the window here. And we will do same for the shapefiles. So what we are going to do is to clip first and clip these other ones here and drag and drop them in this place. So the idea for us to do this is to get rid of these jagged edges that we usually see in the edges of this Landsat scene, so that our mosaicing will be far better than it would normally be if we had allowed these jagged edges to be there. So how are we going to do this? We are going to go to raster, extraction, clip by mask layer. If we use this particular window that happens, that means we have to clip this mask layer. We have to do this clipping, raster clipping, one after the other, which may be time consuming. So the other option for us is to run it as a batch process. And once we click that, you go to the photo field. Now you have the option of populating this particular field using different formats. But in this case, we are using this select from open layers because we have loaded the data sets. If we're not done that and we have it in a directory, we can say add files from a directory, or we can select files individually wherever we had them. Although you can try all this and see what works for you, but in my own case right now, I'm going to do select from open layers. So I have all the layers that are loaded here, and I need to check this. Click this select all to check all this other one and click OK. So it has finally populated this area. So we can see 189, 052, 053, 054, and so on and so forth. Now, which mask layer are we using? It has automatically detected the mask layers that we are going to use for this place, but the thing is, it has not appropriately mapped them to their respective scenes, as it were, because we are seeing 189.052 here, and we are seeing 189.052 repeated all through down this particular column. So what we're going to do, we have to manually select them and map them appropriately. So we have to click on this plane and click 189.053, 189.054, 190.052, 190.053, and so on and so forth. So we do all this: 191.052, 191.053, and 191.054. So we have got that already. And this source CRS and the target CRS are not really important for this particular process, and create out and alpha, all these may not be necessary, so we leave all of them at their default values. Do we keep the resolution of the input raster? Set all these will be using their default values. So the outputs will be to show where we have this clipped mask. So if you click on these 3 dots, we have to go to where we have it, and let's create a folder here, and we call it clipped, the clipped folder, and let us open it up. So we will name each of these particular file that we have chosen as clip and underscore because we want to map this to the other area. So now that I've written that, we want to autofill it with the parameter values, and the parameter values that we're using is the input layer. The beauty of it is that for all the layers it will have this clip as the prefix for all these layers. So what we have here is such that for each of these particular output we have something like clip, and the name of the file will accompany it, and we click on run. So this will take some time while it's running, and while it's running, I'm going to pause the video and wait for it to complete. It usually doesn't take too long. All right, the process has finished, and all we need to do is to load this new layer. So let us remove these ones that we have had before. Let's remove those layers. Okay, so the process actually took 159 seconds to complete, and let us click on close. So we go to the folder that has this particular item, and let's refresh this in order for it to appear. So we have it in selection, and we have it in clipped, and we have 9 of them coming here. So let's drop them here. So we'll see that all of them have been dropped, and we'll see that they are matching perfectly with some of these things. We can also style these ones: property, symbology, simple fill. We go to outline, apply, okay. So we can always style. We can copy this style. We can copy the symbology. Let me try this. Can I paste? Okay, let me copy all this and paste style. So this actually does it for all this. So we can see how they are perfectly aligned right now. Because I've not built pyramids for this, we may see a lag in trying to load all this. So that is the idea. These things have been clipped. We now have these things so beautiful the way we have it. So the next thing is for us to reproject this particular this Landsat scene. So what we're going to do is to go to raster, we go to projections, and we go to warp reproject. The idea is before that, the idea is if we look at these scenes, for example 189.052, we go to its properties, we'll see that it is in zone 32, and if we look at this property for 191.052, we'll see that it is in zone 31. So these are in two different zones, and usually it gives problems whenever you want to do some mosaicing. So all we have to do is to take all of them, reproject them, and use common geographic coordinate system, because they are in the projected coordinate system, and put them in geographic coordinate system WGS 84 IPGF 4362. And so how do we do that? We go to raster, we go to projections, we go to warp reproject, and just like the other case, we are running it as a batch process. So the other thing we are going to do, select from open layers, we are going to select all, and we are going to click on OK. Now what is the source CRS? Now we have to be careful here and see what we are going to do. In 189, the 189 series are in zone 32. So we click on this place and click on zone 32 for this, zone 32 for this, and zone 32 for this. And for this other one, we have it in zone 31. So we have to click on this place and uncheck this button and look for WGS 84. Let's copy this, WGS 84 zone 31. Let's Control C, Control V, and we have to name this as zone 31. So we have it right here. So this is what we are going to be using. So let's copy this also for future searches. So zone 31, and we click on OK. So we have this as EPSG 32631, and other ones are in 32632. This is 32631. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We go to this place on check. Although this is a manual process, I tried making it more efficient. I couldn't, so we have to continue this way. And okay, and that is how we continue doing it. We uncheck this, Control V, and get this done. We have to do this one after the other, and uncheck this again, Control V, get this done. Okay, come to this place, uncheck this, do same. We are using zone 31 for all this. Uncheck, Control V. So now the sources, the CRS, that's the coordinate reference system, are all okay because they are projected, and these are the ones in zone 32. These ones are in zone 39. So what is our target CRS? Our target CRS is just plain old WGS 84. This one, EPSG 4326. That's the one we want to use. And in these cases, we want all of them to be in this format. We can click on the autofill and click on fill down. So all of them are populated with this particular WGS 84. That is the geographic coordinate reference system. So we'll pretty leave other ones as is default. The nearest neighbor, that's the resampling method, and all this, we don't need them to be changed. And the reprojected, so we click on this file and go to selection here. We'll create a new folder and we'll call this Reproject. So we'll call it Reprojected. So once we double click here, we want the output to have this GCS, because it's in geographic coordinate system, and we'll click underscore, and we'll autofill with parameter values from the input layer, and we have this. So what it has done is, for all of them, we have this as the GCS and attached to all these file names, and we click on run. So it usually takes some time. I'll pause the video while this thing continues to run. Okay, so this process has finished running, and it took about 100 seconds to run. So we have to close this particular window, and what we're going to do is, since we have got all this, we just have to load. Let's remove all these because we no longer need them. Remove layer, we say okay, and we have to add these other ones, and we drop them here. So the idea is all these have been reprojected to a common geographic coordinate reference system. We can see it from here, or we can check it out and go to properties here and see the information that it is in geographic coordinate system. So this is how we want our data to be, and that is how we are going to use it in ENVI to do the mosaicing. So let's just remove it from here, remove layer, okay, and we are good here. So the next thing for us to do is to open ENVI, and from ENVI we have to add these layers. We have them in selection, and we have them in the reprojected, and we'll choose all these files. We'll choose all of them, So it usually takes some time to load, and we'll wait for it to load. Okay, so these are all of these Landsat scenes that are loading. It usually takes some time because it's trying to build the raster pyramid, and this enables it to actually load a lot easier whenever we want to do something. So actually we have to pause this video for it to finish building the raster, because it's essential when we want to do mosaicing that all this raster pyramid must have been built. So I'll pause the video and wait for that to be done. So as it were, all the raster pyramid has been built. So what do we do next? We just have to go to the search toolbox and we go and search for mosaic. So we are using the seamless mosaic, and that's the one we are using. So it will load the seamless mosaic workflow screen. So the first thing we're going to do is to add this data, and the ones we need to add is this to this. That's what we select. Okay, no, not select all. We don't want to select this, and we click on OK. So this will load the scenes that we are going to use. And the next thing is we go and click on this color correction. We are using the histogram matching, and we are clicking for the entire scene. And for these seam lines and feathering, we are using the edge feathering. So the next one is to click on export, and you have to browse to where you want it to be. And in this our case, we want it to be somewhere around here. So let's go to this place, okay, we'll go to this place, going to Landsat, we're going to do selection, and we're going to just drop it here since it's going to be okay. Let's just create a folder and call it mosaic. Okay, mosaic. Okay, okay, no, we go back one bit, mosaic, and we'll now say 2005 dry. That happens to be the name. We click on OK. We want the output format to be a TIFF file. We want to display the result. For this output background value, we'll click on 500. We want this nearest neighbor to be here, and we click on finish. So this usually takes some time. I'll pause the video and let it run. All right, the process is done, and it is actually building the raster pyramid. So let's kind of uncheck all this and see that we have a single raster, as it were. So this is just a single raster, and it's building the pyramids, which will make loading a little bit easier. So this is what works for me, and it's kind of very awesome to use ENVI to perform this task. So all the mosaicing process is done, and then we can now go ahead and open this up in QGIS. So let's refresh this, and we see this mosaic. We have this 2005 dry. We are loading it, and let's go to properties, and let's go to symbology, and let's stretch to min max, and let's have our mask maximum value here as 1. We have these other ones okay here. So we have it in QGIS this way, and this is what we have in QGIS. So let's load the Niger State shapefile and see how we are going to clip it to that of Niger State shapefile. Let's go to Shafer. Okay, where is Niger State now? Okay, let's go back up a little bit. Go to Landsat. Okay, this is Niger. This is Niger boundary. We drop Niger boundary here. So we are going to do clipping. So we'll go to raster, extraction, clip raster by mask layer, and our input is this 2005 dry. The mask layers have been automatically selected at the Niger boundary. All these are not necessary, and we just run this particular process. So what it's going to do is just to give us the Niger State boundary that we require. And let's just wait for it to finish running. Let me pause the video and allow it to run. Alright, so it has finished, and the resulting layer is now loaded, although it didn't come out as good as we want because of these edges here. And would like okay, go to here, the properties, and go to symbology, and guessing to go band. Okay, let's have that. What do we do now? Okay, let's try this process again. Go to raster, extraction, extract by max layer. We're having this the clipped. We are having the max layer as this. Okay, I see where that mistake was done. And okay, so what is going to happen now is, okay, let's take this off and come back again. All right, so this is our layer, and what we need to do is to clip it, and we go to raster, extraction, clip by mask layer. This is we are looking for this, and the mask layer we're looking for is this. All these are not required, and let's assign this. Let's see this one that happened. Let's see properties. So in order to actually mask out this Niger State shaper, what we're going to do is to go to raster, go to extraction, and clip raster by mask layer, and in this our input layer will be this 2005 dry. It has automatically selected this Niger State boundary. All these are going to be left at their default, and the no data value will just use any of these values, because let's just use these high negative values, because remember our values range from -0.5 to 1, so we would actually allow it to be around this particular range of values. So, and we just click on run. If you want, you can actually save it somewhere, but that is not the import of this. We can also save this particular file somewhere. Okay, let's just go ahead and save it. Let's save to a particular file. Where do we save it now? We go to selection, we go to mosaic, and we go to this, and we have this as a clip. So let's have it there and save and run. This takes some time, so I'll pause the video while that finishes running. Alright, and that has finished running. We click on close. So let us uncheck this, so we can see we have the Niger State shapefile neatly cut out. So that ends this particular video. I hope this video has been useful, and have a great time learning. And if you have questions, please ask me questions and send me some email. Thank you very much.